We're here to talk about shipper of choice. You know, with capacity not nearly as tight as it was a year ago, is it still an important issue? And let me set it up with a survey that we did recently, in which we asked customers, what do you think is going to help solve the driver shortage? 44% of them said, well, if the economy slows down, that's going to help. 28% driver pay increases would help. And to a certain extent, both of those are playing out in the market right now. What was a little bit surprising, maybe even disappointing, only 5% said the solution was an improved driver experience. So are you concerned about it, or think we should be concerned about it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we had our customer event not too long ago in Orlando, and what was really interesting is when we went around the room to get some, concrete examples of changes that shippers have made, they really struggle to provide those examples. And so I think it just speaks to the need for us to continue to create that visibility.
Yeah, I agree. Now more than ever, I think we've got to focus on shipper of choice and the driver experience. When you think about the demographics of our driver workforce today, the aging kind of workforce, the population shrinking, we've got to find ways to be able to make this experience better for our drivers. And you know what I also see our shippers do is there's a number of folks that have done a number of things to be able to present themselves as being that shipper of choice. They're now moving to the receiver of choice, so dealing with their customers and their vendors and helping them see kind of the value in being able to make those changes.
Yeah, and Woody, you've talked a lot about it. It's just that information is so available now. Everybody needs to know about it, and we need to continue to create awareness within all hierarchies in the organization.
You know, the one thing that ELD'S have done is to become kind of the great equalizer, right? And so at the end of the day now, all of this information is available to every carrier out there. I bet you're going to see some of that in there, and shippers are going to see that in their pricing.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think shippers have been overlooking is there basically has been this explosion of information that's available to carriers and drivers now on how their shippers, how customers behave.
Yeah, so ELD'S has become the great equalizer, and so now even small carriers have the minute-to-minute information on how customers are treating their capacity or their drivers when they're at their facilities. And so that has allowed even small carriers to be able to price in some of the driver delays that they've been experiencing. When in the past they could not.
Yeah, recently we were at a shipper conference, and it was really eye-opening for me to see shippers talk about other shippers that they know are not making improvements and continue to be a challenge in the industry. And so it's not just information for drivers, it's really available for everyone to go out and see kind of how people are performing here.
We've got an app, we've had an app for 4 years now, right? Our drivers have been using that app to be able to rate our customers. You could go out to social media and Google, for example, and you can get information now on your particular sites. And so I think that information is out there, and I believe that folks are using it to be able to make decisions on pricing.
Yeah, and it's such a great experience for us to use that information, suggest that customers go look at it, and then engage with them and take away some learnings there.
Yeah, when I've been at customers, we've actually asked and said, do you know what customers or drivers are saying about you on Google Maps? And they'll look at it for the first time and you're like, wow, most of these ratings are from drivers. And it's just eye-opening to a lot of them. Yeah. So I think what we're saying is that with all this new information out there, shippers need to be aware that this information is going to lead to cost, and it's going to lead into pricing. So if they're not aware of it, and even though there seems like there's an abundance of capacity right now, that capacity is still selective on who are the best shippers to serve.